If I had a dime for every time I saw the phrase thoughtfully designed in the USA, I'd still continue making these videos because you guys need to know the truth. That phrase is essentially marketing, and it's covering up all the other stuff that is involved with making the garment. If you only watch videos related to influencer fashion brands, you may be shocked to realize that there is actually more than just picking colors and pretending you know what you're doing. All this stuff has to be done to actually get that product. Everything comes from somewhere, okay? Viscose is going to start out as a tree, and those trees can sometimes be linked to the deforestation of endangered forests and land grabbing from indigenous tribes. We're talking about elevated workout wear, or just like workout wear in general, anything that is a synthetic polyester, spandex, nylon, elastane. Well, you're gonna have to drill, baby, drill. And if you're using cotton, you should know that it is also linked to deforestation as well as forced labor and child labor. And you should probably know this because you may get in some legal trouble. Then you actually have to process it into a material. For rayon, for example, it's going to be a very chemically intense process. And that's because you need to get the wood pulp and turn it into a cellulose. How do you do that? With chemicals that these influencers would probably never even put near their body if they had an idea. And a number of really serious health issues are associated with those that are working in viscose factories. Oh, and thoughtfully made in the USA is not going to tell you what happens to the chemicals in the rayon processing and how it may affect those in the communities nearby. And the animals, if people aren't enough to tug out your heartstrings. Here too is material production. Getting those raw fibers and putting them into filaments. This could also be dyeing and finishing your clothing, and that's going to need a lot of chemicals. Chemicals that, again, if you had an idea about, you probably wouldn't wear them or buy them. If you want like wrinkle-free finishes or waterproof clothing, if you want that butter yellow, probably gonna have to deal with some dyes and chemicals. But is it a safe amount? Well, I don't really know, because thoughtfully designed in the USA doesn't really help me with that. Tier 1 finished product assembly. They may tell you the general region in which their clothes are made, but again, probably not going to tell you about the working conditions, if those that are making their clothing make enough to live on, and just overall safety things that are quite important. Thoughtfully designed in the USA can also hide the exploitation that does still happen in the garment factories in the USA and the warehouses where they just might be prepping your orders in the USA. This is a part of the process that you will most likely see from the influencers or from the brands. This is what they are going to show you, which is most likely them modeling the product that they are going to sell you.